Some men spend their entire life chasing stability in their life. And when they finally get it, the house, the job, the paycheck, they realize something's still missing. It's not money, it's not success, it's peace. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Papa Todd, I try to help guys get ready for life, get ready for a lot of different things that could go wrong in their life, but also what's right to do in your life. So if you like what you hear, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. Around here, we talk about kindness and readiness and patience and being ready and being steady and getting grounded. Today, I want to talk about something that most men don't understand until it's too late. And that is why peace doesn't come from building a life. It really comes from building a life inside of one that you've built. And there's a lie that most men believe. That most men are taught, a simple formula. Work hard, build a life, then you're going to feel settled in. You'll feel like this is a success. And it does work for a while. But what nobody tells you is this. You can build everything that you thought you wanted and still feel restless, still feel pressure, still feel like something's just off. I don't feel completed, right? Because peace doesn't come from what you have. It really comes from what you carry and what you put inside yourself. It's not a thing. It's not monetary. And so this is why men never find it. There are very few reasons why most men never find peace. But first, they never slow down long enough to really recognize that they don't have it. They just keep moving, more work, more goals, more noise, really, more scrolling, more distractions. Second, they really tie their identity to what they produce. So if they stop, they don't know who they are anymore. They have to keep doing what they've been doing because that's what they identify as themselves, right? And the third thing is they're afraid of silence, of stillness, because when things get quiet, that's really when the truth shows up. That's when you start seeing yourself in a new way. It's revealing. So there is a big difference between success and peace. One is not dependent upon the other. Success is external and peace is internal. Success can be taken. Peace has to be developed. You can lose your job, you can lose your house, your money, and still have peace if you've built it the right way. But if you've never learned it, no amount of success will give it to you, ever. So there needs to be a shift in your life. This is where that calmness that I talk about a lot comes in. Calm strength. So this shift, it's really about a man who finds peace. He stops living in the world of reaction. He doesn't have to rush to prove himself anymore. He doesn't chase every opportunity or shiny object. He doesn't panic when things get really uncertain in his life. He becomes steady, grounded. He starts asking better questions. What actually matters? What depends on me? What kind of man am I right now? And what kind of man am I becoming? That's where peace starts to show up in life. You're asking hard questions and you're listening. You're calming down and you're making time for yourself to figure these things out in your life. I talk a lot about Sigma males in my videos. There are some Sigma principles in life. And, a Sigma is a man who has peace and doesn't need to advertise it to everyone. He's not the loudest guy in the room. He's not trying to control anybody. He's grounded. And because of that, people trust him. People follow him. And people learn to rely on him. Not because he demands it, but because he's steady when others aren't. That's real authority. And most men never reach it. I want you to reflect on a few other things that I've said in some of my other videos. I've known men with very, very little in what this world would consider things in life who had real peace. And I've known men with what you would consider to be a lot of things, almost everything, who couldn't sit still for 5 minutes. That tells you something. Peace isn't found at the end of the rope. It's built into the way you walk it. And if you don't learn that early, you'll spend a long time chasing something that you can't catch. So let me ask you this. When things get quiet, do you feel at peace? Or do you feel the need to fill the silence? That answer will tell you a lot about where you are right now. Get grounded. Stay steady. Step by step, stone by stone.